Deep in the Central American jungle, massive stone pyramids still break through the dense canopy. These are the remnants of the Maya civilization, which once controlled a vast territory stretching across present-day Mexico, Guatemala, Belize, Honduras, and El Salvador. The builders of these cities were skilled engineers and astronomers who tracked celestial movements with stunning accuracy. They recorded their history through a complex, symbolic writing system, documenting the achievements of a society that rivaled the major capitals of Europe. Between 750 and 900 AD, this network of cities began to unravel. Construction projects ceased, trade routes disappeared. Over several generations, massive populations walked away from their homes, leaving these urban centers to the forest. Millions of Maya descendants still live in the region today, ruling out a total biological extinction. The investigation focuses instead on how the foundational systems of such an advanced society could shatter so completely that their political capitals were left to decay in silence. Early explorers found these ruins looking almost frozen in time. Grand ceremonial centers sat empty, and massive royal construction projects appeared to have been abandoned in the middle of a workday. Maya kings documented their reigns on stone pillars called stelae, but during the 9th century, this tradition ended abruptly. The sudden absence of these monuments marks a definitive breakdown in royal authority across the lowlands. These incomplete stones point to a slow, grinding loss of control rather than a single external blow. The political capacity required to govern and maintain these cities had evaporated from within. The Maya faced a geographic challenge unlike the river-based empires of Egypt or Mesopotamia. Much of their territory lacked major river systems, forcing cities to rely on seasonal rainfall stored in massive artificial reservoirs to survive the dry months. Climate data from cave formations and lake sediments show a severe plunge in rainfall between 750 and 900 AD. These multi-decade droughts hit a society that had no backup plan for a failed rainy season. This environmental stress was worsened by the Maya themselves. To support growing populations and produce limestone plaster for their temples, they cleared vast tracts of surrounding jungle for fuel and farmland. Deforestation triggered a feedback loop. Stripping the forest increased soil erosion and reduced the land's ability to retain moisture. Local temperatures rose, making the already sparse rainfall patterns even more unstable. By pushing the environment past its limit for centuries, the Maya unintentionally intensified the natural climate crisis, reaching a breaking point as rain stopped coming. Maya kings were viewed as divine figures, personally responsible for mediating with the gods to bring the rain. Their legitimacy was tied directly to the prosperity and cosmic balance of the kingdom. As the water levels in the reservoirs dropped, the remaining supply became stagnant. Recent studies suggest these pools were contaminated with toxic mercury from ritual pigments, turning the city's only drinking sources into a deadly hazard. With the water poisoned and the crops failing, the divine promises of the kings rang hollow. Ceremonies failed to end the drought, leading the population to lose faith in the entire religious and political structure. Archaeological evidence from this era reveals a world in chaos. Defensive walls were built in haste, and mass graves and burned buildings suggest that rival city-states began fighting over the few remaining resources. The drought didn't kill the Maya directly. It acted as catalyst for a total social breakdown. Environmental failure forced the civilization to tear itself apart. The collapse moved in waves across the landscape. As the great southern kingdoms fell, northern cities like Chichen Itza successfully pivoted toward new trade routes and expanded, showing that some regions could adapt while others failed. LiDAR technology has revealed that the scale of this society was even larger than imagined. Thousands of hidden structures and highways prove the Maya were a densely linked civilization, increasing the magnitude of the eventual breakdown. While the political systems died, the people endured. Millions of Maya migrated from the abandoned zones and preserved their languages and traditions. The civilization fractured, but its culture remains a living presence today. The Maya experience mirrors many of the systemic risks facing the modern world: shifting climates, environmental degradation, and a declining trust in the institutions meant to manage these crises. These people were brilliant mathematicians and engineers, yet intelligence alone could not save them once their foundational support systems failed simultaneously. These silent ruins are more than just a window into the past. They stand as a warning about the inherent fragility of any complex society when it loses